Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Omega Gaming Esports. My name is Ivar, and I am joined by some Malcolm, my wonderful co-caster.
What's up, everybody? How you doing today?
And do we have a game for you guys tonight? We have Omega Gaming Syndicate taking on Glaive Esports in the first round of LHG Premier League playoffs, and we are straight into pick ban here.
So, Ivar, while we're waiting for these bans to come through, I just have a quick question because I was a bit lackadaisical with my prep today. Is this a best of 3 or a best of 5?
Best of 3. So
Okay, thank you.
all games will be best of 3 until. Actually, I think after this round, all games will be best of 5.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, we see the Kindred, Trundle, and Alistar taken away from Omega Gaming Syndicate, and then the Volley, Morgana, and Graves taken away from Glaive, and they first pick the Ashe. Definitely one of those safer contested picks.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see the Fiddle hovered, and the Ashe is not surprising at all. Ashe really climbing to prominence on patch 10.14, and I expect that trend to only continue when patch 10.15 drops tomorrow.
Yeah, and we see the immediate Varus answer coming out from Omega Gaming Syndicate here.
Yeah, Varus did get hit with a nerf, but still pretty flexible in the draft. You can still threaten either on hit or poke as needed. And so it'll be really curious to see what twist he opts to do, knowing that he's facing an Ashe.
And I wonder if we just pick top here. Oh, jungle.
No, I wouldn't pick top here. Jungle makes more sense.
Yeah. We get to see Fallen on the aggressive Olaf pick here.
Yeah, to note, Fallen received 2 bans in the first phase, Trundle and Kindred. So
definitely tunneling onto him a little bit.
Yeah, it makes sense that Syndicate want to secure their jungler before Glaive, Violet decide to pick away their jungler or ban more in the second phase.
The Zac pickup for Pi. I'm assuming that's a jungle.
Yeah,
Zac.
This seems pretty consistent with what Glaive played in the regular season. They like to play and engage tank jungler like the Zac or the Jarvan. The Nautilus is a bit surprising to actually see because, yeah. So the Thresh is... We see Thresh played by You Do This in the regular season. He plays Enchanters and a smattering of stuff like the Thresh and the Leona. So yeah. He's typically... It seems to me that You Do This fulfills more of a secondary follow-up engage within the team, and they rely on Pi for their playmaking.
Jungle. I'm assuming the jungler's a shot caller if he's going to be the one that's playmaking. But we do see the Tom Kinch picked up for a Sightstone here, or Psystone, I should clarify. I like it. Denies the pick potential coming out of Ashe Arrow and Threshhook in the bot lane.
Yeah, we'll have to see. TK is a pretty easy pick to punish if the coordination's not there for Syndicate. Mm-hmm. So
I'm assuming 4 mid lane bans coming out here. Yeah, we already have 2. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't expect top lane bans to be thrown out here.
Maybe an Orin ban. I know Mayday has like 300 or 200 Orin games played this season on solo queue.
Syndicate won't ban it. Yeah, because they're gonna pick it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, they're the Mordekaiser. Mayday does play it, and it does have it's pretty favorable into Ornn in the laning phase. So
maybe Glaive bans it here.
Glaive definitely have to consider banning it, but
definitely I think they're giving counterpick to Zui here.
So I don't think Glaive actually want Ornn, because looking at their team right now, they have Ashe, Zac, and Thresh. That's not a ton of damage. Ashe is largely single target. The volley isn't that substantial in mid to late game fights. You want more damage in your comp, and I think the cast is a really intelligent ban.
Yeah, the Malphite hover. Okay.
They lock it in. Surprised to see that over the.
I think they do that to kind of force Glaive into taking the Orianna. But yeah, there's the Ornn, like we talked about. Because now if Glaive doesn't take the Orianna, it's going to leave that Wombo up for the side of Omega Gaming Syndicate.
Yep. And they're going to pick it, yeah.
and now Kiana's up, and we can go on hit Varus with a little bit of AP on Malphite. Do we see it? I wonder if we get the Lysandra maybe, or we get the Kiana. That's what I'm thinking here.
I don't like Lysandra here because
Okay.
Glaive's already coming into you. You don't have an issue picking them off.
Or the Swain.
I'd like
Okay.
Kennen's fine. Yeah, Kennen works. So
Ideally, I think Victor might have been a little bit better. But I think Victor just gets punished by the Zac engage and the Ornn engage. But doesn't Victor want people to come on top of him?
yeah, but Zac can ignore the gravity field. That's the problem. So,
Yeah.
and Ornn doesn't care about gravity field either. So he's gonna go Banshee's Veil. He's gonna go Zanya's, and then he's gonna have his damage will be delayed so much that he'll be pretty ineffectual for most of the game.
Mhm.
The Kennen at least has resistances on the Slicing Maelstrom, so he can survive getting slingshotted on.
Yeah,
But
makes sense.
yeah. So I do like the Kennen. It provides a lot of AoE damage. AoE AP damage is the critical thing, because you have to think Varus will go on hit here and do some magic damage himself, but you need more damage in the comp, and Kennen fulfills that pretty nicely.
Yeah, for sure. We know. I think this might be the first time we're seeing Zooey play it in comp, in LHG at least. But we know he's definitely proficient at the champion. So I'm super interested in to see how these fights go, because he has the playstyle where he flanks, and if he can get a nice flank going with the Cannon ultimate, it can really just wipe the backline of Glaive Violet here.
Yeah, it just occurred to me that Kennen is safer because he's ranged in the mid lane, but his wave clear is so lackluster because you have to use the electric rush melee. You have to just run through the minion wave to proc your W, and Orianna's never gonna let you do that. Like so his priority in lane will be weaker, which means Drake control is weaker. I think actually a better pick over the Kennen would have been Rumble. Rumble still has to concede a little bit in lane to Orianna, but the Rumble ult is effective at range. So you can be late to an objective and still have an impact with the equalizer.
Yeah.
But we have the Kennen. That's the hand that's been dealt. So we'll see what Zooey can do on the pick. And I expect just off that, Glaive Violet should have early Drake priority. They're gonna have pressure bot lane with Ashe Thresh. TK Varus, not exactly known for early pressure and priority. And
wait, we're being told that the other game that's being streamed, Still Recoverable versus Enigmatic Gaming, are also playing Orianna versus Kennen mid lane. What are the odds?
it's not high. The odds are not high at all of that happening. Whew. Okay.
Yeah, it's very.
Okay. What are the odds that their summoners and runes are the same?
Even lower. But we're coming up on that last. Not last. We're coming up on that spectator delay. Coming up on that minute here. We're gonna cut it to a quick break so we can sync up our production for the stream. So we'll be back in about 2 minutes here. Just bear with us. But for everybody tuning in, for everybody tuning in, appreciate it. We have a giveaway going on, so hit that explanation mark giveaway in chat to figure out how to enter. We have up to $100 in prizes being drawn at the end of this month, so make sure to enter that, and we will be back here shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, we are loaded into the Rift. We've got Omega Gaming Syndicate on the red side, and we have Glaive Esports Violet on the blue side. You ready, Sim?
Yeah, I'm ready. We see a 3-man stack coming on the top side.
Command comes out from Boost's success, and they're just going to get a free damage on him. He needs to be careful if another... Yeah, no, he's just going to walk it away. If another Undertour hit could have been potentially in kill range, but we see the triple call from both ADCs in the mid lane of Omega Gaming Syndicate.
Yeah, and the big thing I want to highlight off that invade is one, they got some early vision, both sides of the jungle of Glaive Esports Violet, and critically they got a health pot out of Boost is success. That's 50 gold and 150 HP gone. So his theoretical health pool has shrunk considerably in the early lane. Is this a delayed invade coming in? Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay, Sweeper's going to be thrown down. But Zach is waiting on the top side. They're going to spot this ward. They're going to get this buff. And the question is, will Zach be bold enough to invade the top side of Syndicate?
Yeah, I don't know if he has vision of this, but they're definitely going to see the bot lane of Omega Gaming Syndicate on that
they saw the
tri-bush ward. Yeah, they saw the ward.
Yeah.
So it might just be a split map.
Yeah, so Pi finishing up the blue buff, and yep, he's going to move immediately to secure the red buff of Fallen Artemis. But the disadvantage here for Pi is that he's behind in tempo. So Fallen has the advantage of starting in the enemy jungle, so he gets to eat all 3 of these camps and then move into his own jungle. But Pi has to be considering the fact that Fallen just moves immediately after the red, does his blue and moves up immediately to contest the remaining caps.
Yeah.
And so it's really a game of confidence. Are you bold enough to risk taking all 3 camps, or are you just going to take the red buff and walk away?
No, but I think it's that split like we're talking about, right? And just like you mentioned, Pi is taking that camp there. I want to see here if Fallen left anything. I think he might have left one of those tendies.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, you have to think.
Oh, that beautiful hook coming out from why you do this in the bot lane. But nothing's going to come out from it, just some aftershock procs.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to bully out the TK. You should get prio over the Tahm Kench Ferris, but it's a hard ask to kill them. Like, it's just TK is such strong base stats that Ash Thresh don't have a ton of damage, but they're going. This is a huge change. The hook goes wide, and really surprising they're playing this aggressive when they know that Fallen is on the bot side of the map.
Yeah, especially like they know the map is split. Both junglers are playing opposite sides of the map, so they need to be really careful here. They have 0 vision.
Yeah, and the scary thing here is you notice that, well, the camera's topside with this trade on between Shockwave and Mayday, but hopefully the camera pans back down bot. There we go. We're going to see that the wave didn't crash for Glaive, which means thankfully Fallen is going to be spotted on the top side pretty soon. So they're safe, but there was a real danger that with the wave in the spot it was, that Fallen could have ganked.
Yeah, I think Twisty should be able to have a nice little freeze going here. And force Panda and why you do this to step up and play a little bit aggressive. But it doesn't look like they're going to get punished, like you mentioned. Fallen on this Olaf is on the other side of the map.
Yeah, I expect to see Olaf making his first move on the Drake in 40 seconds. He's backing in anticipation of that. He can collect the Wolf Camp before he moves to it. And we haven't seen any resets from on the rest of the map. Ornn doesn't count, he gets to build items in lane. It's basically cheating.
Yeah, and you know all about that.
I really don't know what you mean, Ivar. As we see a Searing Charge of Volcanic Rupture trade again in the top lane by Mayday. And both junglers will meet on the bot side of the map here, but Zach has yet to reset, so at a considerable disadvantage.
Yeah, but this freeze might be counterproductive for Omega Gaming because actually Olaf is here and they're stepping forward.
This is
this should be a kill. Why you do this should be dead. He's accepting his death. First blood goes over to Twisty, but they're going to try to run down Panda, forces the heal out.
And the flash.
And the flash, yeah.
Yeah. Huge win, and this should mean Drake. The Zach is going to look for a gank here. Oh, good. Uses the electric rush, gets out.
Out of range from that from the excuse me, the stretching strikes from Zach.
Yeah, dodged the slingshot too. So. Oh, the flash forward is he?
He misses the. He needs to be careful. He's in kill
He's
range.
dead. He's dead.
Yeah, Zui should be dead here. Goes down, boosted success, picks up the solo kill. Aggressive play coming out
Oh
from
no,
Zui and
Shockwave's
getting
might
punished.
die.
Yeah, Shockwave's
Yep.
gonna get punished as well.
Fallen
Ignite
gonna get
glowing on the bot lane here. Fallen is a little bit aggressive, gets eaten, but the hook does come out, so he can't go anywhere. The elastic slingshot does come out. The stretching strikes does land. That's another kill being picked up by Glaive in the bot lane here, and Sightstone is also going to be going down. Yep, and that's 3 kills picked up in succession by Glaive Esports Violet.
Yeah, just a series of blunders from Syndicate. You saw Fallen trying to take away the Krug camp and gets punished for it. And it really all starts with Zui flashing forward without slicing Maelstrom onto the Orianna. If he doesn't make that play and he threatens the slicing Maelstrom on the Drake take, then this never happens. I don't understand why Fallen decided to go for the Krugs. The Drake was the safer play, but only the safer play if Zui did not play so aggressively at the wrong time. Yeah, and it seems like Syndicate are not quite on the same page. Zui does have the slicing maelstrom now, but no flash, and he's gonna get collapsed on.
Yeah, he's gonna get collapsed
He's
on.
dead.
Shockwave is used, Flay used. He just used the slicing maelstrom. TP coming out from the Orin, and that's a free kill being picked up by Glaive Esports Violet, and this should be the dragon, barring.
Yeah, they're at a man disadvantage. They do have unstoppable force, but they're a man down. So Zui used his first swap for smite though. I don't like that.
Yeah,
I
I think they was anticipating the dragon fight there, but unfortunately, nothing's gonna come from it.
they're not synced up. Is Syndicate? They're like you look good at the beginning with the good gank bot lane but they immediately gave it back. They gave the advantage back to Glaive Violet. Ash without flash against an Olaf should be very scared to walk up, but like being gifted 2 kills and an assist, and now with 150 gold bounty, she could sit pretty comfortably with the Thresh.
Yeah.
There's not too much threat from Varus TK at this point in the game.
I think
And
both
still-
sides should be pretty safe, actually.
Yeah, it's just like this situation you just saw on camera where Panda and you do this. We're walking forward in the lane. They don't have to be scared anymore because TK and Varus are so weak, and the Olaf is also pretty weak now too. Still an Olaf, but not nearly as scary as when he didn't have a death.
Hook does come out from why you do this. Flay does not land. Just some trading in the bot lane. Nothing too much coming from it.
Oh, that Searing Charge missed. And maybe actually losing that trade.
Another hook goes out but does not land.
Yeah, if I'm the Thresh, I don't see the point in throwing out these hooks. You already saw from that last trade that they're not doing much to the Tahm Kench. And it's not like you can hook the Varus, who's going to get devoured by the TK. So, just save the hook. Save the mana. Good guy Fallen giving over the ward kill to his ADC. And this map state is so quiet. The anticipated early Drake take from Olaf has yet to happen. And you have to wonder what Syndicate are waiting for. The Olaf is not going to be nearly as valuable as the Zac in the later stages of the game. So he has to make things happen now.
Yeah. But like, I'm actually really surprised. It's already almost 10 minutes and Dragon hasn't been taken. A lot of priority was put onto Dragon from both sides early on, but they didn't pick it up.
Yeah. And they're still not taking it.
Dragon is being started by Pi here, and I wonder if Omega
Yeah.
Gaming Syndicate are going to be able to realize it. We do see Fallen walking towards it here.
No, he doesn't notice.
He doesn't
Oh,
notice. They might go
he's
straight
too-
into the bot lane. Yeah.
Panda's dead.
Yeah,
Panda's very
Panda's going to go down. Teleport is coming out from the Orianna. Orianna does have Shockwave
Ooh.
available. It does hit a beautiful 2-man, but Fallen Artemis is still healthy and he's going forward. Flash Undertow does land. There's a solo kill in the top lane. They're going to try to pick up another kill, but the stopwatch does come out from why you do this, and Twisty will pick up the kill into that. And it is a 3-for-1, 3-for-2. It's still fighting here. Let's see if they can pick up a kill into Glaive Panda. He does pop that Let's Bounce, and he is just trying to get away.
Wow, what a sequence. Good on Syndicate to get the shutdown on the Ashe, and then the follow-up kill as well onto Boost is success, despite Boost hitting a fantastic shockwave.
Yeah,
That's to be
beautiful
said.
shockwave. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it didn't hit. It did hit, but the CC did not land onto Fallen Artemis due to the
Mhm.
Ragnarok, and he was able to just chase down Ash and boost his success, and they both just die. And I think
Yeah.
the biggest key thing here is that Mega Gaming Syndicate went 3 for 2 in that trade without Zooey there. So Zooey was able to catch up on some farm and some experience that he had lost from the 2 deaths early on. So this mid lane should be equalized just a little bit.
Yeah, and just during all that fighting, there was a solo kill by Mayday in the top lane. It looked like he dove Shockwave on the Malphite and killed him. And also has a considerable CS lead and the solo kill XP on top of it. So the Ornn already scaling up really well, and
We do see a lane swap coming out. Mega Gaming Syndicate sending their bot lane to the top side of the map.
And it has to be said that only Varus went up there. TK still bot side with the Abyssal Voyage, but anyone who's played Tahm Kench knows that Abyssal Voyage does not have great range at level 1. So he's not as mobile as you would think. Ashe gonna ping the Herald, but it is already gone, secured by Fallen and Twisty.
I wonder if they're going to send Twisty back to the bot side or the mid side. They probably put their bot lane mid lane here, yeah?
You could put bot lane, mid lane. Varus definitely has better wave clear than the Kennen, so that makes sense. Yeah, and looks like you do this is also gonna set up in the mid lane, leaving both AD carries, or leaving the Ashe to soak solo XP.
Yeah, but she has a little bit of a freeze in the top lane here, so she's going to be soaking waves on for the time being.
Yeah, and they're putting Malphite against the Ashe, and the Malphite's already pretty weak. I don't think he's gonna threaten the Ashe too much. So tough spot for Shockwave on the Malphite. The map's really quiet again. As I say, that Ghost Pop by Zooey, gonna dodge it on the Shockwave, slicing Maelstrom down.
Yeah. He goes into, but there's two, the jungler is available. Are they going to be able to pick up a kill? Arrow does come out. Lantern is there to save boost his success. Pi will flash over the wall, and nothing's going to come from that trade. Just some flashes, and that's all. Or maybe I spoke too soon. Why you do this stepping forward, looking for a hook, but I don't think he's going to go for that.
Yeah, Syndicate should be aware that Mayday is sitting in that bot side brush. There's a few wards scattered on the bot side of the map. They're gonna see him now. Call of the Forge God is available. This is risky. They used a lot of cooldowns here. Yeah, here it comes. Call of the Forge God. Okay, and it just goes completely wide.
Whiffed.
Zach passive
Beautiful
is pop.
ultimate, yeah. Zach passive is pop. Shockwave has to step out of the team fight. He gets hooked back in. He's probably going to go down to the Ashe. Ashe does pick up that kill, but Zach does go down to the Olaf. And I think it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, and both teams kind of backing up. Nothing much more going to come from there.
Yeah, and Syndicate did get some plates there, and I'm not too sure who the gold went to, because we had the fight while the Herald was crashing, but still about a 1,000 gold lead for Glaive Violet, and that, oh no.
TP available for Zooey. He just popped the TP instantly as Twisty gets hooked, but Twisty stepping forward. He's probably going to go down here.
Ooh.
Yeah, Ashe comes forward. Oh, I still think they're going to go down.
Yeah, he's dead.
Stun is going to be available. Portable comes out. Zooey picks up a kill. They're going to go for another one. Flash comes out from why you do this. He does have the command protect on top of him. Shockwave is being used by boosted success, but Zooey's just going to walk away. Elastic slingshot used, but the stretching hands does not land onto Zooey. And just another 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane. And dare I say this is entering NARAM territory.
Yeah, it seems that both teams are really fond of playing around this mid lane. We see occasionally players moving to the sides to collect farm and XP, but it seems that every skirmish is mid lane right now, Ivar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have Mountain Drake in 20 seconds, and Glaive Violet are first to the party. Gonna get to set up shop. But they don't, let's see.
They do have the TP available for Mayday and Shockwave here on the top side, but we do see the smite being picked up by Stone on this Tahm Kench, so that's something to just watch during this next potential dragon fight.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Here comes Fallen. Do they start the Drake immediately after clearing the ward? No, they do not. They want more vision. They want more information before they go for the play.
Yeah. They need to be
So
careful fighting into this choke because Orianna can punish them pretty heavily, but Orianna's in the bot lane here, so they are safe.
So ultimates are available for everyone. The important thing to note is that there's no flash on Panda or You Do This or the Zac. So that and every splash but Malphite's is available for Syndicate. So they have a summoner advantage in the coming fight.
I wonder if they just let Dragon go and go for first tower, Mega Gaming Syndicate here. Actually, I think Zooey should be just picking that up in the mid lane on this wave. It looks like it.
Yeah, he's just gonna get it.
Dragon is
Shutting up
being
Drake.
started. Yeah. Shockwave needs to be careful.
That's a
They
big
pick
win.
up that. Yeah. First
Yeah,
tower and Dragon really swings the gold lead, the gold discrepancy back to pretty much even now.
Yeah, I think that's a big mistake from Glaive. They should have forced Syndicate to choose: get the Drake or get the first tower, not both. Giving them both is, I don't think that Glaive were in a position where they had to do that. They could have walked in and contested, but maybe they were concerned about something that I'm not thinking of.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
they
I mean,
maybe
I see your point. Like, they should have pressured one or the other.
they were first to the Drake. They were there 20 seconds before it spawned, while Syndicate was coming back out on the map. They had the vision set up, and then they just gave the Drake. They gave the tower, and that's either they thought they couldn't fight, or it was a colossal miscommunication and misallocation of resources on the map. It's one of the two. So, and given how I think that they're strong enough to take a fight now, you have to think that it was a miscommunication.
We hit another little bit of a low state.
Yeah,
Nothing really happening on the map. Probably another tower going to fall in this bot lane here. Shockwave can't really save it.
yeah, and we'll see. Zooey has the heal, so no teleport once again on the Kennen. And we have Herald spawning in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, Shockwave not building MR at all against Zac, Orianna, and even the Orin is,
I mean, that Sapphire Crystal could be the start of a Abyssal Mask. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but he's getting just beat up in this bot lane. This tower should go down, and then on this wave, yeah, it's gone. Shockwave's gonna have to ult out, yeah, and that's a big tool lost.
Yeah, pretty much renders him useless, and that should be the Herald going over to Glaive Esports Violet.
Yeah, and the gold and XP difference opening up on the top side of the map is a huge problem for Syndicate. Ornn already outscales Malphite in terms of team utility and value, and he's gonna continue to beat the Malphite in the side lane. So it's a 2-level lead for the Ornn, and he's gonna get that much closer to giving upgrades to his team. You have to think Might of the Ruined King and I'm not too sure what the Orianna's building yet. I'll get back to you on that one, Ivar.
Spellbinder?
Ivar, the thing is that Spellbinder isn't an upgrade for Ornn. He can't do anything with it. He doesn't know what to do with it. So, yeah, we'll find out in the next 10 minutes what the second upgrade will be for Glaive's members. And it's going to be Ocean Soul. So, really valuable for both teams. And it's a legit win condition for Syndicate, who, like I said earlier, does get outscaled. And it'll mean that it's almost impossible for Glaive to lose if they secure it. So, all is riding on this Soul. The Soul is more important than the Baron. So, if you have to give up Baron buff to secure Soul, that is very well worth it.
And I think the saving grace, I guess, for Syndicate here is that Twisty is going on hit. So the tankier these members get on the side of Glaive, the more damage he's going to do late game on this.
The Varus.
On the Varus, yeah. And so he's just going to have to stun Mayday and walk away here.
Yeah, the problems I have with what Syndicate's doing is they have a damage Olaf. That's AD Olaf, who has secured 1 Drake in the past 20 minutes. That for an AD Olaf, that's a failure. Like you've messed up. We should be on 3rd Drake by now, right? So we should be waiting for 4th Drake to spawn. Is what I'm saying. And it's
Yeah,
not
but the
case.
delay was there.
The delay was there. Yeah, he has cleanse. You're not gonna catch him. Just let him go.
He hits another hook, maybe. Slow does come
No.
out, but Twisty's there to keep his support alive. Flash coming out from Twisty. Twisty's going to get engaged on by the slingshot. Lantern takes
Double
out Ash
TP.
from the team fight. Double TP coming out in the mid lane here. Fallen Artemis is unstoppable in this Ragnarok. Play backwards just come out. We do see the Call of the Forge God being used by Mayday here. Another slingshot used by Pi. He just keeps disrupting the backline. Kennen TP's in and ultimates immediately. Down goes Oriana, but Panda's able to pick up another kill, and Panda's going to step forward, free hitting on the backside. And is she going to be able to lift? She does, takes the Lantern and picks up a double kill. Hook does come out. Panda's still alive here, free hitting on the backside of the team fight, gets a triple kill, and this fight just goes tragic for Mega Gaming Syndicate, and Panda's just going to step forward, pick up a quadra kill, and now this should be the mid lane tower going down as well.
Wow.
Mid lane tower and Dragon, really well played from
What a
Glaive Esports Violet.
My mind's blown by that fight. The first they burn the Ash ult on the TK, who they had no hope of killing, and then the flash forward comes in from I think Fallen, as well as the Chain of Corruption onto Panda, and
beautiful Lantern keeps him alive.
Yeah, such great synergy between the support and ADC of Glaive. They played that fight so well.
Yeah, and then the second Lantern in the prolonged team fight to bring Panda back into the fight to be able to pick up those kills around the edge of the team fight. Phenomenal play coming out from the bot lane of Glaive Esports.
So Ivar, I missed it in the team fight because Oriana died so quickly. She didn't use Shockwave, right?
No, she got instantly popped.
Okay, that is terrifying for Syndicate. If they lose a fight like that without Oriana even being a factor, how do you win if Oriana doesn't just throw her life away by teleporting to the front line?
I'm not too sure.
This is looking really rough.
Yeah, it's looking really grim for Mega Gaming Syndicate. Barring any colossal mistakes coming out from Glaive Esports Violet, they're set up for victory here.
Ooh, wait. Pi jumping into the river has no passive right now. Gonna get hit by the undertow, but luckily the Lantern there, Dark Passage, gets him out. And a Hawk Shot, just a speculative peek at Baron, which hasn't been started yet. And I don't think Syndicate can even attempt to sneak the Baron, because if they're found out, the Baron's Gaze, the debuff, is so powerful. Reducing the resistances of an already fairly squishy team.
A beautiful slingshot engage coming out from Pi. He does hit the stretching handle to two members, and Panda's just going to start shredding these people. He's just so far ahead of the curve from that last team fight. And picks up another kill.
Yeah, and I like this call from Glaive. They know that Zui's bot lane. They know Zui already used teleport and swapped to the exhaust. And Ornn is just 1v3. Dodges. Wait, he didn't dodge the Chain of Corruption.
Yeah, he does not. He does get picked up. Later, the rune can pick
no.
up. Fallen Artemis is going to go down to Panda there. Arrow does come out onto Shockwave, and Shockwave probably also is going to be going down here. Panda's just taking over the game here. Has all the tools to keep himself alive and run over these team fights, and that should be a mid lane inhibitor. They didn't even need Baron. They're just going to walk into their base.
Yeah, this is if I'm Syndicate, I'm talking about what I'm doing in game 2, because I don't think there's much else you can do in this game 1. The win conditions that they had, get early Drakes, force Soul, threaten Soul to draw Glaive Violet out of their shell, failed. They didn't secure enough Drakes, they didn't threaten Soul Point, and the Olaf didn't secure an early lead. The Malphite is significantly behind, and we have Voidstaff third cannon, who seems to be more concerned with tank busting than killing squishies. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of ways Syndicate can get back into this, but I think just the compositional gap that's going to put a wall in front of them from winning this game. Like, the game was already hard for them to win just from the draft. They needed to play certain timings of the game flawlessly, but they're already so far behind, unfortunately. And Panda is just so far ahead of the curve that he can pretty much have his way with anybody in this game.
Yeah, on 3 items, approaching a 4th, and Twisty, even if he does get that 3rd item, is going Wit's End. So, a more defensive itemization choice. And this is their chance. This is Syndicate's chance.
Yes, but Zui's unable to get that slicing maelstrom off, and that just probably is game because Fallen just can't get out of the pit. Hook does come out. Beautiful hook.
no.
Shockwave as well. Twisty's alive. Beautiful unstoppable force coming out of Shockwave. Twisty's trying to do as much as he can in the backside of the team fight, but Mayday's going to hit that searing charge, and that's going to be another ace being picked up for the side of Glaive Esports. And we see Boosted Success just auto-attacking the Baron down, and that should be the game going over to game one, going over to Glaive Esports Violet as they just walk into the base.
Yeah. In about 26 minutes, that's an impressive victory considering the early game comp they were facing up against. And yeah, I think you have to say that Panda's the player of this game. Like, just
100%. I mean,
great play.
I guess there's arguments to say that why you do this, set him up for success, but I think the bot lane as a whole.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, let's touch on these damage charts real quick. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's some hooligans screaming outside of my apartment. Apologies.
Okay, that's not Twitch
Yeah.
chat. What?
Oh, that's not Twitch chat for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
looking at those damage charts. Panda just so far ahead of everybody.
Yeah,
Really just took over the game. I mean, it's what we were talking about the entire game after that one fight mid lane.
Yeah, it's pretty hard for the Varus to output to comfortably auto attack because he's facing up against Ornn, Zac, Orianna, Thresh. It's really, really hard for him to walk up. But the Ashe can just walk forward and just press her buttons. It's pretty easy for her. So well played from Glaive Esports Violet, taking game one. See if Syndicate can formulate some answer in game two.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out like what Syndicate needs to change. Do they ban any of these champions away? I think. I don't know if they were baiting Glaive into picking the Orianna, but I don't think the Cannon's the pick into it. I know Zui has a lot more picks that he could play into the Orianna that quote unquote allows him to skill check mid laners. That would have been a lot better here. But I don't know if it fit with the composition.
I think the Olaf was out of place because by picking Tom Kench, right? When you're picking Tom Kench, what you're saying is, I want to play back. You want to play around the Varus. Olaf doesn't play back that well. Olaf wants to go in. He just wants to run away from his backline. And by splitting the composition's identity like that, makes it really difficult. Malphite can flex more, can flex better than Olaf. He can ult defensively. He can play back. Kennen is also okay, but I think the Olaf had to be something else. Because if that was a Sejuani, if that was a Zac, if there's anything else, it might have been different. Because then you're basically playing two of the same comp, right? Like both comps want the other to come into them, and they both want to play front to back. But the Olaf is just
That's fair.
The Olaf is just the he just sticks out like a sore thumb. He's gonna get blown up because there's no one else who's gonna go in with him.
I mean, even though like the pick per se you're saying doesn't fit composition wise, I think Fallen still played it as well as he could have throughout the early game. He split the map and he was able to pick up a bunch of early kills. But once Panda got ahead, there's really not much he can do.
He had to get early Drakes, and he didn't get early Drakes. That's the test.
I guess with the freeze that Twisty and Sidestone had going on the bot lane, he could have probably try to punish the bot lane of Glaive a little bit more. He did pick up some kills down there, but it didn't transition over into objectives, right? That's the most important
and I think
thing.
the big thing there was that Zui died solo mid lane when they had an opportunity for Drake, and then
and then he had TP back in and unfortunately died again.
Yeah,
right?
and then Fallen made the mistake of moving into the enemy jungle. Had no mid laner because his mid laner flashed and died level 5, and then he teleported back and died again. So there's no Drake anymore. You can't see Drake, and then they give over kills to the Ashe and made their lives very, very difficult. So.
All right, so we're gonna cut it to a quick break here, get some tunes going for you guys. If anybody has an appropriate song request, maybe we'll get that going. But we're gonna be getting the Game 2 lobby set up, and we'll be back with you guys shortly.